After running some late morning errands in South Melbourne, I went into the CBD via the Arts Precinct. Armed with a short list extracted from my copious restaurant research, I then set off down Flinders Lane to check out some places firsthand. My lunch choice at around 2 ended up being Coda, whose cuisine might be described as a creative take on Vietnamese or Southeast Asian food. Its entrance is just off Flinders Lane, around the corner on Oliver Lane. Coda was packed, and I had no reservation. But I was seated at the bar, and the first glance at the menu took the edge off the considerable chill from outdoors. I knew I was in for a very nice lunch. Sommelier Lorenzo suggested I start off with a glass of Asahi Super Dry Black beer, which I would have enjoyed just on its own merits even if it hadn't been such a good inspiration for my menu choices, and a great match for my first dishes. Being both a solo diner and not sure about portion sizes, I decided to pick a couple of smaller plates. The first of these was a Hanoi-style fried rice paper roll filled with pork and truffle, accompanied by a nuoc cham dipping sauce. Hard on its heels came what was described as quail lettuce delight. In a tailored-to-measure iceberg lettuce leaf, a treasure trove of minced quail meat, lapchong sausage, shiitake mushrooms, fresh water chestnuts, and fresh coriander. The rice paper roll had been excellent, but this was the kind of thing I could eat until ready to burst. Instead of continuing with a larger plate, I had ordered an in-between plate, and just before this arrived, Lorenzo brought me a glass of Shiraz Viognier from Best Winery in the Grampians in central Victoria, a couple of hours west of Melbourne. This was the first time I was drinking a blend of Shiraz with a white grape, and I was very impressed, even before I got a chance to confirm its being a perfect match for the next dish. That was duck lob, with cashews and sour pear, all ensconced in an alcove of Vietnamese rice crackers. I didn't ask for details on what went into this particular lob, but it instantly went onto my need more of this list. Before heading uptown on my next errand, I wandered farther down Flinders Lane and quickly stopped by Cumulus Inc., hoping I might just be in luck to secure a solo diner spot later on, even on a Saturday night without an advance reservation. I was told I should return around 9 and they would try to seat me at the bar. Cheered by this encouraging news, I strolled down Collins Street, enjoying the facades of the buildings, noticing that most people were only looking at the shop windows of the ground floor high-end fashion stores on the other side of the street. Then I headed north to Carlton, where I had an espresso at Ti Amo, and then spent a good portion of the afternoon in the fabulous bookstore Readings, mostly perusing cookbooks. Later on, I joined the Saturday early evening crowds by the Yarra, along the South Bank and Yarra promenades. I was startled by the sudden sequential flashes of fire in the outsized braziers, learning later that many Melburnians refer to them disdainfully as pigeon fryers. After an hour or so back at my hotel to rest and refresh, I was ready for what was to be a stunning dinner at Cumulus Inc. Catch all the details of that in my next video.